All right. Okay. I think we're live. So, hello everybody. Jeremy Buchholz here. I hope you're all doing well. So good that you're here. I appreciate every one of you being here. I really appreciate everybody who's on the panel here tonight, and got some really exciting things to talk to you to speak with you about tonight. First thing is just the incredible opportunity, the incredible privilege it is to have Robert Hollis Jr. on our panel tonight, specifically for our team. I'm pumped about that. Thank you very much for being here, Robert. I really appreciate that. And from there, I just want to kind of actually start out the meeting a little bit tonight with just some information, and I want to pull Robert into this conversation right away. And it's just what is happening in this company. And I had a local meeting today here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, where I live, and just talking to people about some of the stuff that's going on. And I'll let Robert expound on this, but the growth rate of this company is blowing people away. They're watching us. Those of us who are involved and are working it are benefiting, by this. It's just been quite a ride. So Robert, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. If you could just take a couple minutes and explain to people what is going on with Unlimited Profits here.
What's not going on would be an easier question. But first off, thank you so much, Jeremy, for having me on here. It's an honor to be on here. And, those of you that know Jim Rohn, one of my favorite quotes is that you work where you're deserved, not where you're needed. And Jeremy have definitely proven that he deserves our attention. He's one of the fastest growing pros that we have out there. I know he's triple diamond, and black is on the way. I know it without a shadow of doubt. And he's just a superstar. It was great to spend time with you, and you came out here to Arizona. That was a lot of fun, and just an honor to be working with you personally, man. I'm so glad that our paths crossed, and we're going to do some amazing things together. So I first off just want to give you kudos and say thank you so much, Jeremy. I really appreciate you.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and right back at you. I'm coming out there, just sitting down and talking and masterminding back and forth, and just drawing on each other's energy. I'm pumped about this. You're pumped about this. And I just, that going back and forth is just an amazing combination. I'm so excited to see where both of us are going to be in the next month and year, and then years following. This is quite a ride.
It is gonna get crazy. When you're saying what's going on with the company right now, we're growing so fast that some of the projections of what me and my father wanted to do with this company, 6 months out, a year out, is coming to fruition like the first 30 days. It is bottom line just out of control. I think today alone we got 4 new diamonds today alone. That's what I know of, just me personally. I'm sure there's other ones. I had a gentleman come in the other night that brought in 17 pros in one night. It's just absolutely amazing. And what Jeremy said is absolutely true, is that people are watching us right now. And what I mean by that is that we went out and we proved the concept. I know most of, honestly, right now, everybody that's on here, I didn't know you before Unlimited Profits. Somebody reached out to, shared with you a link. It wasn't like we brought over a huge group from another company. And that's why we're having success. We started organically and started from scratch, and we're having this kind of momentum. It's blowing me away. I want to tell you guys a story. Is when I first started, I don't know how many people have heard the story. When I started in one of my first companies where I was, financially broke, mentally broke, spiritually broke. I mean, I was so broke I couldn't pay attention. And started doing what we call a 90-day run, which, I believe I'm 30 days into a 90-day run. And at the end of the 90 days, I was making $3,200 a week. Now, to elaborate on that story, my first month in the 90-day run, I made like $1,000. So I've just been working, putting my head down. I know that the calculations are working right now for us to do commissions, and I thought that maybe I was going to make like $2,500, maybe $3,000. And now I'm looking at my back office, and all the numbers are coming through, and it looks like it'll be $5,400. So to think that in 90 days before I got the $3,000 a week, and my first month I was making $1,000, and now I'm making $5,400 the first month. Oh, this is gonna be crazy, guys, because If you think that we had momentum in January, you guys have not seen anything yet. Because there's something just so amazing in network marketing. You know, two things you guys are going to watch happen. One is exponential growth. See, how hard it is for you, you know, just like Jeremy, for him to go from 0 to triple diamond is the same amount of work for him to go from, you know, making whatever, you know, I think we talked last time it was like $700 for the month. You know, it's the same amount of work to go from 0 to 10 people than it is to go from 10 to 50. Because now it's not just you telling the story, it's you and an army of people telling the story. And then you go from 10 to 50. Well, to go from 10 to 50 is the same amount of work to go from 50 to like 500. And it just starts duplicating and growing, and it just, you know, it's out of control. And I think the other thing that you really see happen is the excitement level, because the more I think I was, you know, I might have to go on Craigslist and or talk to one of my buddies to hire an assistant, just so they can go on Facebook and welcome people to the family. It's awesome. And you know, when people start to get that excitement and that enthusiasm, you know, and thesos, God within, you know, and you just feel it. How many people have ever been in a position where you just, you know that you know that you know. You know, you can feel it. You can, you know, the energy. I mean, my gosh, I've never been in, even back when I was doing my 90-day run, guys, I added it all up yesterday. I spent about 16 hours working yesterday. And I was just so beat, so tired. I told myself, you know what, Robert, you need to slow down a little bit. You know, you've been working so hard. Feel free to sleep in tomorrow. I was telling myself that, you know, it's okay that it's 2 in the morning. I'm going to sleep in. Well, I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning, just jacked out of my mind, and I couldn't wait to get back to work. And not only that, I came to my computer and I was feeling sleepy. I actually debated if I was going to go back to sleep or not. And I opened up my Facebook, and just over the course of the night, I think I had like 18 Facebook messages. And the first 2 that I clicked on was, wow, I'm now on day 5 of the pro mentorship. I was up last night and I was crying my eyes out. My whole outlook on life is different now. This training is inspiring me. It's changing me. I just want to thank, you know, I think it's God's blessing that I found you guys, and thank you. And the next message was going, man, you know, I'm on day 2 of the pro training, and my husband, oh my gosh, he's so negative, and you know, he's always so down about things, and he never supports me in these kind of businesses. So I started over on day 1, and he actually sat there and watched it, and he's pumped up. He woke up this morning excited. He's supporting me in this business now. I just want to thank you guys so much. And I'm telling you, as a day go by, it's just another one, another one, another one. You know, see, because as one thing, it's great that, oh yeah, you know, whoop-de-doo, I'm happy for you, Robert. You made $5,400 this month. Wow, you know, how does that help me? Well, in the organization, in our group, I think we're going to have, I would say 4, maybe 5 people that is going to make over $1,000 their first month, and then another 7 or 8 people that are going to make over $500 and even higher in their first month. And then you check on Facebook, and even the people that aren't making money are thanking us because we're changing their life with this training. Oh man, it's so gratifying, guys. We're going to change hundreds of thousands of people's lives with this system. If it's financially, great. If it's spiritually, great. If it's just so they can get their head in the right place. And, you know, people coming back to me that it's helping with their depression. You know, people coming back to me that it's helped with their marriage. There's actually one guy that said it helped get him a raise at his job. He's going, listen, I know my goal is to quit my job, but I might as well get some more money out of him while I'm here. You know, because his boss said he's more confident, his communication skills are better. He's just so positive that's infecting the other employees. Everybody knows he's there, and everybody gets excited when he's around. And my gosh, that's what life's all about, guys. It really, really is. And you know, not to go too much, and I'll pass it back over to Jeremy, but we're growing so fast right now that we had to hire another 8 full-time people just to handle support tickets. We're in the midst right now of signing a contract with the #1 lawyer in the network marketing profession to make sure we know we're legit. But you know, when you go from 0 to possibly, if we keep this up, we might do 2 million our second month in business. I mean, just when I say that, doesn't that even just sound crazy? $2 million your second month on business. It's like, yeah, get me on Shark Tank. They'll all want to invest into this thing. No. But, you know, we know we're legit, but, you know, because when the government and people start looking at 0 to, you know, 2 million in 2 months, you know, some red flags get thrown up. So we wanted to make sure we protect the mothership, you know, so we're hiring a lawyer. It looks like next month we're going to have a whole new team come aboard to not only help with programming, but help with graphics, help with videos. You know, we're talking about $1 million company overnight. You know, we're expanding so fast, it's just ridiculous. So, you know, the back office will probably get an upgrade because Bill Ebert is just, you know, I thought I put in 16 hours yesterday. I think Bill Ebert's probably putting in like 24 hours with his daughter Rebecca. I mean, you know, they're on it. You know, so there's going to be a lot of cool things coming in the future when we start to, you know, lay the foundation now. And you guys are part of this. You're watching, you know, it happen right in front of your eyes. And I can tell you guys one thing: don't miss out on this. Don't. There is something special when there is a company in momentum. And, you know, I had Jeremy, you know, watch The Secret. You know, the science of getting rich talks about it, but law of attraction. And when there's that much positivity and there's that much excitement and that, you know, stuff moving forward, when a company's in momentum, you can't help but have success. See, I don't know how long this, you know, crazy hype and this excitement, because like I said, we've proven the concept. Now people are looking at us, and you know, I'm so busy helping the pros that we currently have that I had a little free time today, so I reached out to 2 people I know. These are top network marketers. And I said, listen, I don't know if you knew, but me and my dad started our own company. And he goes, I heard. And I said, we're probably going to do $2 million in our second month. I've already got like 5 people making over $1,000 a month. And they said, okay, I'm in. Send me the link. Because people know when you can be a part of something, and it's like best way is momentum is just momentum. You know, everybody's all excited for the football game tomorrow, the Super Bowl. You know, so if you are a football fan, or if you're not, you always see when all of a sudden, you know, the teams are fighting and they're back to back, and it's anybody's game, and then you hear the announcers, uh-oh, they got some momentum. And it's all of a sudden now the other team is just driving over the team. Everything they do, they can't stop them. You know, every time they get the ball, the other team gets an interception, and it's like nothing they can do works because they got so much momentum that the other team just cannot stop them. And it doesn't mean that they're even a better football team. They just got that momentum behind them. So I'm telling you guys, if you know, the biggest advice I would give everybody that's looking at this right now is it's happening. Not only is it happening, but it's happening right in front of all of our eyes. And there's going to be 2 groups of people. One like Jeremy that is taking this serious, that knows that he's got to sacrifice right now. You know, very successful people sacrifice something today so you can have, you know, what others don't tomorrow. So, you know, I can't remember even the first time. It's funny because tomorrow my schedule is pretty open, and I had a lot of people hit me up, you know, saying, listen, I know you're really busy. Can we do a hangout tomorrow? And I'm going, absolutely. You know, there's so many other people that are more interested in watching the Super Bowl and watch other people live their dreams, watching other people live their dreams, that they're not concerned with theirs. So I got a lot of free time tomorrow, so I can tell people that are winners, that are reaching out to me, that want to do hangouts, that want to do you know, 3-way calls. And you know, that's what I just don't get, guys. Not to go off on a tangent on that, but it's funny how people will paint their face and scream at the top of their lungs to watch somebody else live out their dream. If you acted like that every day about your dream, about your success, about our family, you know, you see a new diamond. Yeah, Jerry! Woo! Welcome to the family. You're awesome. If we were all doing that, you know, it's so much easier. You know, when you're around a bunch of people that are lifting you up, you can do anything in life. You can. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on in a nutshell right now. I can go on and on and on about details of smaller things, but man, there's people that are going to be a part of this, and then there's just going to be people that sat on the sideline. And I hope nobody watching this takes offense to this next statement, But, you know, if you don't take this serious and you don't go to work right now to change your family's future forever and your financial tree forever, you're not going to want to admit that you were on a Google Hangout with Robert and Jeremy in January of 2015. Just telling you guys. It's like, hey, have you heard of this company, Unlimited Profits? Yeah, I joined like back in January of 2015. You know, I worked directly with Jeremy. I was on some hangouts with Robert Hollis, and senior and junior. People are looking at it and going, wow, so you must be a millionaire. No, I slacked off and I made excuses and I had other things to do with my life at the time. That's just another thing that passed me by. So not to be harsh, but I know each and every one of you can do this. And, you know, I think the other thing that's so amazing right now is because there's people after people. So I don't know where each and every one of you are right now, you know, in your business or where you're growing. But, you know, like I did on the pro show, you know, and for those of you that aren't pro and didn't get to see it, you know, there's people like Susan Ray, love her to death. There's people like Evelyn, that these are people that joined a month ago and they struggled. They were going, I don't know if I can do this, and, you know, my family doesn't support me, and you don't know me. I've never had success in any of these things before, and I'm reaching out to people, and they're all telling me no. You know, I finally got some leads, and none of them are watching the videos. And, you know, and I just seen within a matter of 30 days, like almost like a personal transformation of them changing almost 110%. You know, if you guys can all do me a favor, go on Evelyn's and also Susan's page and watch their video and just press like and give them a positive comment, because they're so afraid to do these videos. But I want you to look at those and say that, wow, 30 days ago they didn't believe they could succeed at this. You know, and now, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, Evelyn just went diamond. You know, Susan's got one more. She should be going diamond today. Woo! You know, 30 days we're cheering each other on, and they're calling me jacked up. You know, and before they were scared to do this business. So, you know, to see that personal transformation happen right in front of your eyes of people that, you know, have never had success before and now are having success. You know, Scott Kloster, I love that kid. He worked with us for 6 years, and, you know, his biggest month in 5 years. Sorry, his biggest month in 5 years was $250. And he jumped in Unlimited Profits, starting going through the system, and I think he's going to make $1,200 this month in his first month. Well, second month. He joined in November, but still, that's crazy. That's like half of a full-time income right there. Well, you know, what would you currently have to do at your job to get a $1,200 a month raise? Yeah, maybe marry the boss's daughter. That's the only thing I can think of. No. So I can keep going on and on and on. I'll pass it back over to you, Jeremy.
Well, and I appreciate that, Robert. And that's our product right there, is what you were just talking about, how people's lives are being changed, not just financially. The financial stuff is awesome, and the exponential growth here is phenomenal. And don't get me wrong, I'm pumped about it. I love watching, you know, the checks grow and stuff, okay? But honestly, our product is about people growing. And, I mean, there's people in this panel right now that I could point to, you know, TJ, and I could point to Brenda and to Jenny and to, you know, I'll point to myself. I've been changed from our product. Okay, our product. You mentioned waking up to a couple people messaging you, being like, "Oh, I'm so excited about the pro mentorship. I'm on day 2, and this is totally changing my life. This is changing my marriage and stuff like that." You know what? What better product to be offering people than life changes, and then to be paid on top of it, right? And so you know, everybody knows, you know, in this profession, that to be successful in the profession, you need to be a product of the product. And so, you know, I want to take just a few minutes to talk about, you know, as for those of us who are watching this, who are part of this business, okay, are part of Success in Minutes and Unlimited Profits, okay, how important is it that we are in the training, doing the training, you know, following that training? How important is that for our entire success in this program?
Huge, and that should be on everybody's top priority. To be honest with you, is being a product of the product. To me, means a couple different things. One is, you know, you've got to do it for you. You know, you've got to be willing to work on yourself. See, you know, another great man said is that don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Because I've noticed something very strong in this profession, and it always happens, is you recruit who you are. The people that you're getting as leads and the people that are going to want to upgrade as pros, you recruit who you are. I don't know if it's just the thing with the universe or if it's just, God's funny way of karma. But I'm telling you, and Jeremy, I don't know how long he's been in the profession, but I've been doing this for 10 years. And it's funny because when I find people that are whiners and complainers, they bring nothing but whiners and complainers to meetings. When you meet, really shy people that, are quiet and really mellow, that's the kind of people they bring. When you meet people like Jeremy that are intense and excited and focused, he seems to sign up people that are intense, focused, and excited. It's just the way it is. So you've got to understand, you've got to work on yourself every single day. I do it, and you guys, I can go get my Amy right now, my fiance, because, I put in 16 hours yesterday. I was tired. I went and laid in bed, and what did I do? I pulled out my phone. I looked up one of my favorite, speakers. His name is Les Brown, and he's got a half-hour thing on that. There's no limitations to life other than the ones you put on yourself. And I put in my earbuds, and I fell asleep to listening to positive, motivational to lift me up. Now, that could have been maybe one of the reasons why I woke up at 7 a.m. jacked up to go to work again. So you got to work on yourself. I'm telling you, Abraham, I believe it was Abraham Lincoln said that, if he was given an axe to cut down a tree, he would spend, I believe it was 80% of the time sharpening the axe and 20% of the time actually swinging. Where what people don't realize is you're out there and all you're doing is swinging, trying to build relationships, trying to get leads, and you're not going anywhere. Well, you're just swinging around a dull axe. And I need you guys to think about that. Now, the second part of this is being a product of the product is you have to believe. You have to believe in what we're doing. If you don't, you're not, I'm not saying you can't have success, but you won't have near as much success as that you could. Because I want to give you guys an example. There's one way, one thing of going after somebody and saying, man, listen, Jeremy, you need to go to this link and check out this free training, because I know once you check out the free training, the chance of you upgrading to pro is really high, and then I'll make an extra $50 a month off you. So please, you need to go to this link and watch these videos. Now, of course, I'm being dramatic here and nobody's saying that, but people hear it in your voice. Yeah, there's a big difference between that versus, Jeremy, listen, can you do me a huge personal favor? I found a mentor online, and he's starting to change my life. I really think that this will help you, not only with your business, but your personal life. I don't care if you decide to buy anything, but please just take the chance to go through the training. I really believe in my heart that it's going to help you and your family. And when you have that mentality of that we're going to help people with this training, because, see, if it hasn't helped you, then how are you going to come from the heart to believe that it's going to help somebody else? Now you're just a salesperson. Now you're just going out, quote unquote, trying to close people. See, your goal every day shouldn't be is how many people can you sign up as pros. Your goal today should be how many people can I help? And when you come from that, I don't care what you believe in, ladies and gentlemen. If you believe in God, if you believe in karma, law of attraction, whatever you believe in, you cannot focus on helping people every day without it coming back to you tenfold. I'm just telling you that is the truth. And I hope you guys understand that. So, to me, that's about being a product of the product, is, not being a salesperson and coming off the mission to really help people and knowing that it can change their lives. And, going back to what Jeremy said, if you're not going through it yourself, and I hope that makes sense, because there are people that we will attract in the very, very soon future, and you'll watch them. You'll watch these people that are going to jump in the company. They're going to go straight to the top of the company, make tons and tons of money, and then they're going to disappear, and you're never going to hear from them again. Well, why would that possibly be? There are greedy salespeople out there. People that go, wait a second, so if I sign up 10 people, I make $500? Yeah. And I get check matching off 3, so if 3 of them go get 10, then I'm making $2 grand a month? Yeah. Okay, I'm in. Well, listen, don't you want to know what the product is? To be honest with you, Jeremy, I don't care if we're selling broken glass in a plastic bag. If you're going to pay me $2 grand for signing up 40 people, I'll get that done right now. And they're going to get in, they'll make a ton of money, And all the people won't go through the training because they thought it was a lottery ticket. They thought it was a quick way to make a dollar, get rich quick scheme. And when everybody collects their money and nobody really sees the value of the free training, then they're all going to leave and they're going to look for another company that they can make another quick dollar in. I've been in this profession for 10 years. I'm telling you, they're coming. Because now when people start posting checks and seeing the momentum, people are going to want to have a part of that. The people that are going to stay and not make a couple grand, make a couple $100,000 are the people that believe in what we're doing and believe in our mission statement. So that's my version of product of the product.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? One thing that I've already found is, well, there's two things actually. One is that's way more fulfilling. If you're a product of the product and we're actually out there helping people, that's one of the reasons you jump out of bed in the morning, Robert, is because you're excited not only to see what's happening in your inbox and on your check, but on the way that it's touching people, and it's fulfilling and it's exciting. That's one of our basic human needs. And so just to have that happening, and then like you were talking, the stability of your team if you are helping them to grow as people. So as we're all growing as people, what we're doing is we're solidifying a strong team that's in it for the long haul, and that's where, again, it's going all the way back. We're going to be making the big dollars instead of a few thousand here and there, and then jumping ship. And so the aspect of how fulfilling that is, you guys, you've got to experience that, because I wake up just like Robert now, and I'm excited to be talking to people, like I mentioned before, that they were afraid, a few weeks ago to make a video or to make a phone call or to even reach out and text somebody or chat with somebody on Facebook. Seriously, and now they're doing it, enjoying it, pushing themselves out of their comfort zone, and they're profiting from it. And to me, that's exciting. That's fulfilling to be a part of it. I'm pumped to be a part of it. So, Robert, if you've got any advice for people now who are maybe struggling to get that momentum going, what words of advice could you give them? They've maybe been trying to do this for a couple weeks. I know we've talked in depth about how in this industry, our profits tend to be pushed out a little bit, right? And if you would explain to people and maybe encourage them there that they've been pushing for a little bit and they're right on the edge and they just don't know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, two things is what I just love the family that we have here. So, reach out to people, like Evelyn, reach out to people like Susan, because and people like Scott Kloster. They were where you're at if you're struggling and you don't see this working for you. And just because if you believe in something, whatever you believe you can achieve. And on the same token, is they say is that one seed of doubt and you're out. If you truly don't believe this is going to work for you and you're doubting the system and you're doubting yourself, it's an uphill battle, guys. You cannot have that in your head. You got to believe this is going to work. And I think I shared this with Jeremy, is that we launched it as an MLM company January 1st, and that's when I really envisioned my first 90 days, when I really just actually started working with it. Because before, in the past, I was kind of playing around with it. It was more or less like 80% my other business and 20% unlimited profits. And I was in the same place. So maybe for some of you, probably the same example as somebody having a full-time job and then, putting a little bit of time when they could into this. And I remember reaching out to my dad, and I'm going, I'm not doing something right here. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, well, I'm reaching out to people every day. I'm building relationships with people. And Jeremy was one of the perfect examples. How long did we build a relationship together before you decided to go pro?
Yeah, probably it was a good month.
Yeah, a good month.
At least a month.
And so I call my dad, and I'm going, listen, I got all these people. I'm helping them with the free training. I'm trying to coach them through the system. And it was like a good 3 weeks, guys. You're listening to the master distributor right now. It was like a good 3 weeks, and I didn't have any pro signups because, of course, I had people that knew me from the past that I've helped in other companies that I could call up and say, listen, I'm doing something new with my dad. here's the link, just go sign up, it's $99. And they would have, but I wanted to prove not only to myself, but to every one of you that if you started from scratch, Jeremy, did I know you from any other company prior to this?
No, we had never met.
I wanted to prove that somebody could just follow our system, do what we say, and they could have success. And, it was 3 weeks in, and my dad's going, just listen, trust me. Keep helping people, keep building relationships, keep talking to new people every day, keep sharing the training with people. And it was like right around the end of the month, it was like my inbox was blowing up. Ding, new pro, new pro, new pro. Because, like what Jeremy said is most of the time your income in network marketing is always 30 to 60 days away. So what you're doing today, the relationships that you're building today, is going to pay off in 30 to 60 days. And what I need people to understand is it also works backwards. And I see a lot of people doing that, but they just have to learn by doing, where, somebody, they put in all this hard work, they put in all this focus, they go to, just like Jeremy, they go to Triple Diamond. And then some people go, awesome, okay, I'm making, $700 a month. That's and really, $700 a month for most people, I don't know if you realize that would change an average family's life. $700 doesn't sound like a lot, but how many people would take an extra $700? Yeah, that's a really nice car payment. That can pay off debt. That's a month worth of groceries for a whole family, right? And so they get to that point, and then they go, oh, okay, well, I got my 3 check matches, so now my group's got to go to work, and they take their foot off the gas. And they're just slacking, and they're slacking, and they're slacking, and all of a sudden, one of their pros falls out. And then another pro falls out. Wow, okay, well, I'll just go back to work, and they start focusing again, and they're putting hard effort in. They're even working harder than when they first started. And one of their pros drops off. I'm working so hard, this isn't working. And because, same thing, they slacked off for that month, which their income stayed the same, but then it started decreasing the following month, the following 60 days. I've done it 3 times in my career, guys, and I'm just telling you, I've learned from just doing. I've been in situations where I thought I was on top of the world. I was making all kinds of money. It couldn't come in forever, and I slacked off for like 6 months, and my income started fading away from me, and there was nothing that I could do, no matter how many meetings I did, no matter how people I talked to, my income just kept going down. I never worked harder in my life than watching my income go down. Why? Because I was paying for it. Now I'm not saying you have to work intensely, all the time forever. I'm just saying, work intense to, and I want, go into the whole training, but it's just like momentum is getting a car up to speed. It takes all this effort, or a plane is even better. They say that, a plane just taking off, an airplane, spends, I think it's like 40% of all of its fuel. I hope you guys understand where I'm going with this. 40% of their fuel just to get off the ground. And as soon as they get up in the air, they put it on, cruising speed, and now on the rest of the 60%, they can fly from here to Hawaii, here to Australia, because they're just maintaining it. When I'm saying, not to stop working, is just don't drop the ball. Continue to maintain your people, continue to plug them in. Instead of talking to 30 new people a day, talk to a couple people a day. Just, so I'm not saying you have to sacrifice the football games forever, that you'll have to sacrifice time with your family forever, or sacrifice, I know some people are going to freak out because when they can't get on and watch The Voice, oh my God, everything's got to stop so I can watch my TV program. Listen, there's a thing called Hulu. It's going to be recorded. You can watch it later. You're not going to miss out on anything. And I'm just telling you guys one thing, is that I've tried poverty and I've tried becoming, having success. And I'm telling you guys, it's a lot funner on the other side of the fence. Some of my friends, and even I try to get them in the business, and it's like I reached out to them, today's Saturday, right? So try to reach out to them Friday night, couldn't get a hold of them. I get a hold of them on Saturday, they're hungover because they partied last night. Well, hey, when do you want to do this hangout? Well, I can't do it tonight because the Super Bowl is tomorrow. And I'm going, dude, don't you just want to sacrifice and next year we can go to the Super Bowl? Okay, I'll just leave it there.
I'm right with you, and you know, it's some people get that, some people don't, and that's fine, you know. But I'm looking to meet the people who understand that, are willing to do that, and I really want to work with those people, and I think that's an awesome mindset. You know, one other thing that I really wanted to talk about tonight, Robert, while we've got you here, and again, I just appreciate you being here. You know, this is awesome. You're just you're dropping some good stuff here for us to think about and to chew on, man. So, or actually, no, not to think about and chew on, to take action on. We want to take action on this stuff, you guys. We don't want to just sit here and oh, that's a nice concept, you know. We want to take action on it. But one thing I wanted to touch on was, you know what? Everybody's got a story. Everybody can think of excuses and reasons why they can't be successful. And I know we already touched on it a little bit here as far as the mindset training and what our product actually is, and how our product changes us as people. But I wanted to touch just a little bit on, you know what, we've already heard about your dad's story and what he came through. And if you haven't, you guys, Google him. If you haven't, hit me up. I can get you in touch with his book. How's that working? Okay, and it tells his story in there, and it's an amazing story. I know for myself personally, those of you who don't know my story, goodness, up until a very short time ago, I was a pretty defeated person. You know, I've been told over and over and over for a long time that I was never going to amount to anything, that I was a loser, that my ideas stunk. Those were lies. That is baloney, you know. But I had to get through that. I had to realize those were lies. And everybody's got a story like that. I know, Robert, you do as well. You've got a past that you had to overcome. What would you tell people? How would you encourage them to get past that story and realize what a winner they actually are?
Yeah, and you know, first off, I would honestly have to say, you know, honestly, is that that's really what the pro mentorship is all about. You know, if you know, the basic stuff is great, you know, the free mentorship is great stuff that'll help really change you and help you become more successful. But the pro mentorship, you know, in the back office is really that 22-day course is really working on that, you know, how to get unstuck, how to get through those roadblocks, how to, you know, become a better person and believe in yourself. And that's truly what it's all about. So, you know, and to be honest, the easy way to answer that question is go through that training, you know, take notes and truly study it. Don't just listen to it. Study it. And I know that, you know, and it's funny, and I you know, I'm telling you guys that I'm not a salesperson. Jeremy knows me really well. But my whole thing lately is if anybody's on the fence, you know, debating to go pro or not, I say, listen, you know, find a way to get $99 on a credit card and just go through 2 or 3 days of that pro mentorship. If you don't think that alone is worth $99, send in a support ticket and we'll immediately refund your money. Now, this week, I think I said that to like 5 people, and not one of them asked for their money back. They all said, oh my gosh, you're totally right. This is amazing. Definitely worth it. So, you know, and you know, I'm not trying to be a salesman on that end, but really to overcome that stuff, you know, you just got to, you know, have a goal and a vision that's bigger than yourself. You truly do. And, you know, also on the other side of any negative emotion, you know, what how would I say this? The best way to get over any negative emotion in life is just to take action. And I know that's really scary for some people, but I'm telling you, you know, helping, you know, I forget who posted the video yesterday. I'm having a brain fart, and I'm so sorry, but she posted a video about her dog dying. And she said, listen, you know, I had 2 options. I woke up, I was sad, I was depressed, I didn't want to do anything today. Now, if you sat in bed all day and thought about, you know, and I know I've had my dog pass away, that you could just sit in bed and think and be upset and sad all day long. But she said I had a choice, so I decided to get up this morning and spread the word of positivity. And the second I started talking to people, and the second that I started sharing the training, you know, now I feel better. I start to realize that he's in a happy place now, and it's okay. I'm going to move forward. So, you know, the other way that I can give you an example of that is that, you know, everything, I want you guys to think about this. Everything on this earth was put here to grow. humans, animals, bacteria, cancer. Cancer's only mission in life is to grow. So either you're growing or you're dying. There is no, I'm sorry to tell you guys, but there is no just staying the same. You're growing or you're dying. So if you can ever look back on your life that you were angry, sad, depressed, frustrated, whatever your negative emotion was, you can probably pinpoint that to because you stopped growing in one area of your life or another. So, even people go, well, how when I stopped growing? My girlfriend dumped me. Yeah, because you stopped growing together in that relationship. That ended. That stopped. So I want you to think about that, because I'm telling you right now, if somebody feels like they're frustrated and they're not worth it, the second you do get somebody to call you up and say, wow, thank you so much for sharing that training with me. It's amazing. It's all of a sudden, whoop, all of a sudden somebody goes, wow, this training's changing my life. I'm going to go pro. And, I had somebody today, they gave me a compliment, which I thought was amazing. And they said, I love your trainings. I love everything doing. You have really mastered, the art of being enthusiastic. And I said, thank you so much for the compliment, but I don't think I've mastered it. I'm generally just freaking jacked out of my mind. I can't shut it off if I wanted to, I tried everything. It doesn't work. I'm just too jacked up right now. So, but hey, where do you want to be? You want to be too jacked up because you can't sleep at night, or you be the person that's moping around depressed and doesn't want to get out of bed? Yeah, I'd rather lose sleep because I'm jacked up all day. That's just me personally. So, to help people out that is just start looking outside for things to help you. You know what I mean? Not necessarily looking outside for a cure, because I tell people all the time is that greatness is within each and every one of us. God's not a discerner of people. Nothing made Tiger Woods great at golf other than his personal desire to work harder than everybody else. And if you're blaming a situation, environment, or person for the reasons that you don't have the things you deserve to have in life, I'm just telling you right now, you are mentally not ready to become successful. You've got to fix that right then and there. It doesn't matter what happened to you in your past. It doesn't matter what daddy did. It doesn't matter what anything happened in your life. You're the sole creator of your own destiny. You got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a winner. I'm doing well. I'm a champion. I'm going to make this happen. I'm deserving. That's another really big one for people. It's just feeling like they deserve to be blessed, that they deserve to make extra money. And until you can get over all that, that's truly, I did a whole pro mentorship, on this last Thursday, is, really just getting over those things and believing in yourself, and because if you don't fix those, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're going to have really trouble becoming successful.
Yeah, and actually, for those of you, that training was amazing, and we actually posted a link to that training in our team page. So again, those of you who are watching, who are on our team here, and you haven't seen that yet, go back and check it out. It's dynamic training, and I love your answer, Robert, about overcoming that stuff. Really, that's what the pro mentorship is on the pro side. Day 5, that was what did it for me, everybody. Day 5 is called "You're a Winner. Get Your Pop," and it told me, and it just really hit me really hard that I've overcome a lot of stuff, and I can overcome so much more. I'm a winner. And it changed it for me. And whether it's, in the first couple days of that program, there's 21 days in that program. There's a ton of value. And like Robert said, it is well worth, the price of the membership just for that in and of itself. What is it worth to go into something like that and be able to sit back and engage and take notes and listen to your life being changed? Giving you tips on how to change every aspect of your life. And I'm not saying that in cliche. I'm not saying that just because it's a cool thing to say, like you said, Robert, like to sell it or something like that. I'm telling you the truth. I don't say that lightly. It will change your life. It absolutely will. It did mine. So I'm absolutely pumped about it. Again, I'm so glad everybody's here. I just want to end on the note about I want everybody to realize just how urgent this is. Have a sense of urgency here, that this is the time. You've been shown something. Now is the time to take some action. Don't just ignore this. If you're already a member, if you're already on our team, awesome. Now take some action. Okay, learning that stuff, applying the stuff that you're being taught, and then put feet to it. And if you're not a member yet, you know what? Somebody brought you here. Hook up with them, let them give you the link, and go start watching the videos that we're talking about right here. You won't be sorry that you did. And so that's kind of what I want to leave you tonight with, was that urgency. Robert, I don't know. There we go. There's Ryder. So, we're doing this for our family, you guys. We're doing this for freedom. We're doing this for the time freedom, the ability to be with our family. I know I was talking with Brenda. We've got a hangout, Brenda and I, tomorrow morning, where she is actually watching her sons wrestle and being able to do that. And we're talking about how awesome that is. Here's Robert with his son Ryder here. He's waving to us. He's always such a happy guy. He's absolutely, every time that I've seen this guy, he's like waving and happy and stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. But that's why we're doing this, you guys. So I just want to instill that now is the time. Okay, this is urgent. Robert, do you have anything else to add as we close this thing out?
No, I guess now that my son's here, it's his bedtime, and we have my ritual every night. I tell him that he's a winner and that he's a champion and that he's destined for greatness. Say, because anything I believe I can achieve, Daddy, I'm a winner. Say, who's my champion? Say, I am. Say, who's destined for greatness? Me, Daddy. Woo! Do it with them every single night. And I guess, for anybody that does have family, if anything, do it for them. Do it for them. I get to spend all day, every day with this guy. Yeah. I was even talking with my fiance. I couldn't imagine. Oh, yeah. I'm a guy. You tell them. Say, he's already practicing. He's going to be a trainer like Daddy, huh? But my gosh, when I first had him, and normal people would have to what? He goes to bed at night at 6, and so you wake up early in the morning so you can feed him, rush him to the daycare. You spend all day at work. You get home, you rush home, so maybe through traffic that you can pick him up around 6. And then what? I get to give him a bath and feed him and put him to bed again? Oh, I couldn't even imagine, guys. So if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your family. I'm telling you, the money's great, but the lifestyle is so much better that you can, be in a position. I get to take a Monday off whenever I want to go to the hospital with this guy, or to go have fun, go to the park. Huh? Yeah. So with that said, it is this night time, so I'll let you guys go at that. I love each and every one of you. Please reach out to me if you guys need anything, and God bless. Huh?
Thank you very much, Robert. I really appreciate you being here, man. We'll talk later. And for those of you who are watching on the panel, I appreciate you guys all being here. Let's get out and let's do this. I hope you're excited. I hope that you carry that momentum. Reach out. Everybody have a really, really good night.